Coney Island was once one of America's great playgrounds. It was a popular summer beach destination and amusement park for New Yorkers up until the 1950s. That was when the advent of air conditioning kept many people in their homes, and the pervasion of cars carried beachgoers to more appealing Long Island beaches. Coney Island was, for all intents and purposes, abandoned. Today, it sits as a monument to botched city planning, endless and ludicrous litigation, and the victim of neglect and decay. But just last month, a sign of life for the area in the form of a new mini amusement park. Is this a new beginning or just another half-baked measure? Tonight, we'll take you to Brooklyn and see what's new, what's being planned, and find out why Coney Island has been on such a long ride.
This
past Memorial Day weekend, Coney Island saw more visitors than it has seen in almost 50 years. Perhaps one of the reasons was the fanfare surrounding this, the opening of Lunar Park, a small amusement area in the heart of Coney Island.
If you was out here Monday, I don't know if you was, it was no fun. I couldn't sit here, I'd have to get up. There was so much people out here Monday, they was pushing it off the sidewalk, literally.
We got different people now, different races who are living here now. They enjoying it. There's more people come out of nowhere, out of Manhattan, cities, everywhere. They come in here to enjoy something. They stay here. They want to find places to stay here because Coney Island's going to be a better place now.
Community Board 13 District Manager Chuck Reichenthal showed us around.
Give me a little insight of what's coming around for Coney Island. What's new? What do we got?
Well, after years of sitting and working on plans and going into hundreds of meetings with city people, with the community people, with the residents, with the amusement people, with the churches. We've got a lot of things happening.
Okay, good.
Like, if you can see right behind me at this point, we have the new Luna Park amusement park.
Luna Park, right.
And it's even got a frontage that looks like the original Luna Park that ended completely in about 1946.
And there are other new attractions at Coney Island, like this completely renovated $248 million subway terminal. And for the environmentally conscious, the station is outfitted with solar panels to keep energy costs down.
Isn't
Solar
it?
panels?
Yeah.
$248 million?
Oh yeah, it happened a few years ago, and we worked long and hard to ask the city to work on it, ask the MTA to work on it, and it took a while for the stores to come in, and it is fabulous. So that it's relatively easy to take the line down to Coney Island, walk out of the terminal, and walk right into the middle of excitement.
Right.
Alongside all this new is a lot of old, empty lots, boarded storefronts, and vacant buildings. Why did this all fall into disrepair? To find out, we asked Juan Rivero with the community group Save Coney Island.
No progress. What's going on?
Well, there is progress now.
Right.
Historically, there's no one explanation for why Coney Island. Well, first for Coney Island's decrease in popularity and decrease in active in attractions, or for why it took so long for us to get to where we are. If you look at the causes for the loss of popularity, there's a number, and they date back to more or less the 50s. You have the increasing prevalence of air conditioning, of the automobile that allowed access to other places other than Coney Island. You had the fiscal crisis. You had urban renewal efforts that really changed the complete tenor of the neighborhood. And you had it's fraught time. The 60s and the 70s were. Since the 80s, however, organizations like Coney Island USA and certainly Astroland, that had become a steady presence since 1963, began to have a stabilizing effect on the neighborhood, and it made it appealing to a lot of people who might not have gone there before. And that, in addition to the stadium, has started to draw crowds again, certainly within the past 10 to 15 years. So there was certainly this sense that Coney Island was improving, and if anything was standing in the way, was the fact that they were landowners speculating on the value of their land, just sitting on it without willing to do anything.
In 2003, Mayor Bloomberg sold a large portion of the amusement area to Thor Equities, a large development firm infamous for buying land and selling it for profit. It was Thor that decided to tear down sections of the park with the intention of building a 27-story megaplex. But so far, in 6 years, vacant lots and abandoned buildings continue to stand on Surf Avenue.
So the city has its reputation then now, just time
Well,
and time again.
I mean, it has been a pattern, a historic pattern. There have been plans, redevelopment plans for the last half century, and most of those plans have not come to fruition.
Right.
So if particularly people who have been there all their lives, if you have people saying, hey, we're going to build this enormous thing. We're going to build a casino. We're going to build a large amusement park that's going to go from the Old Child's Restaurant all the way to Stillwell, and it's going to bring back these historic something like this historic amusements. And none of it happens. If someone is saying we're going to build 4 high-rise hotels and that's going to fix all your problems, what would you believe?
In the past 50 years, Coney Island has seen many changes, some positive and some negative. The opening of Luna Park brought crowds and a sense of hope back to this forgotten gem. Will this feeling last? Only time will tell.
Rather than having overhaul everything and expect a huge rush of development to change everything all at once, to start growing on what's clearly incremental success in the past several years. You had new businesses, you had increasing programming in Coney Island, USA. You had the stadium, so things were definitely on the way. Things were definitely on the right track before the announcement of the rezoning triggered this wave of land speculation that just led to the eviction and displacement of a lot of people.
So the community should be, in fact, excited
They
for
are.
this change.
They are. At the beginning, there was a little bit more nervousness than there is now. But I think because we keep talking and we never stop, as you can tell, I never stop, I think we have reached a wonderful initial step. Oh, it's more than an initial step. I think we're moving really nicely together, working all together. And by working all together, all of Brooklyn comes together.